I guarantee you 99% of people are going to relate to what I'm about to say, especially if you're in corporate America, especially if you're in your little cube right now watching this, or you're looking at your little monitor that you look at 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. You can definitely resonate with what I'm about to say. This 9 to 5 job that I go to every single day, where I'm putting information from one screen to another screen, data entry, data entry. Right, on paper it may look good because you have 6 figures on your salary, but in reality, from the outside looking in, it looks cool. But for those of you that know, who have these high-paying, glorified jobs that we worked our whole lives to get to because we thought it would bring us success, or we thought it would bring us quote unquote happiness, will resonate with what I'm about to say, right? So you clock in, you clock out. 9 out of 10 people are doing the same monotonous task because it's easier for these jobs, these large companies to give you the same work, right? Because obviously when you know the work, you know the routine, it's easier for you to continue to do that routine. In my specific case, it could be slightly different for you, right? Because if you work in sales, there's some creativity aspect to it, right? Because you're not depending on your client or prospect. There's some variability. But for those of you who are who are not in sales, right, where you're literally doing the same thing every day and it's so fucking mind numbing, and you're inside looking at these fluorescent lights, looking at these screens, sitting next to people that you don't really want to be around, inside all day, literally inside all day. You're looking outside the window when life is literally happening and you're just stuck 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, just like, fuck my life. That's literally me. I'm like, fuck my life. Like, I don't have any, like, joy. I don't even need joy to, like, do the job, right? I just need to not want to hate my life, right? Doing everything I do in my day-to-day. I have to not want to hate a third of my life because that's what a job is. You're there 8 hours a day. Let's say a 24-hour day. That's a third of your life. So if you hate your job, you're therefore saying you hate your life, right? And let me give you a specific example of what made me even want to talk about this, right? It's a couple months later, but I'm like reflecting on this situation. But my job, we had a backlog of accounts we had to open, right? Because I work in the operations department, and essentially we open these accounts for these multi-million-dollar executives. It's the 4th of July. I believe the 4th of July was on a Friday. They were like, hey, team. They teamed us, right? The team's messenger. Hey, team, I'm going to need all of you guys to come into the office so you can open these accounts. And, happy 4th of July, by the way. And they let us know 2 days before the fact. So the Wednesday, they wanted us to work the 4th of July and the weekend just to catch up. And I was like, that's when it really hit me, like, I'm really just a number. Because I did what they asked. Sunday came around, still worked. Saturday came around, Sunday came around, still worked. Monday comes, all the people who did what they needed to do. Monday comes, managers, whatever, we're in the office. The managers come in. Meanwhile, the managers didn't even work. Like, all of the people in my position all worked. The managers, team leads went on their vacations, went on their little cruises or whatever the fuck they did. We still worked. And Monday comes, we get no thank you, we get no anything, right? I don't like, I'm not one to like seek out, oh, look at me, look what I did. But we forgave our 4th of July that comes once a year. People had plans to open these accounts for these executives, for these people who we don't care about, right? We don't give a shit about these accounts. We don't give a shit about this. We're just doing it because we need money. Everyone in the office that I spoke to, that sit around me, we're doing it because we need money, right? That's it. We don't enjoy this shit. So that was the red flag for me, where I need to get the fuck out, right? Another red flag, what really made me hate my life, is knowing that I was changing who I was as a person, right? Fridays, all I wanted to do was get drunk. All I wanted to do was get fucked up. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I just literally want to get fucked up. Want to get a case of beer, case of whatever, IPAs, case of, or a bottle of something. Because I was so stressed from the Monday through Friday mundane routine, that once Friday hit, I was the person living for the weekends that I never wanted to be, right? All the joy, I felt like the joy, my mom would look at me and she could tell like I wasn't happy, right? I've always been someone who had a smile, who looked like in a good mood. I don't even need to say anything, but you can just tell I'm in a good mood. But like my mom can slowly see like the color seeping out of me and becoming more and more gray, because I'm obviously drinking more, obviously doing things I shouldn't be doing to cope with the work I didn't want to be doing, right? And I'm still currently at this 9 to 5, but I'm currently quiet quitting, as they would call it. But that's a video for another day. In this video, I just want to talk about like how I know this job isn't for me and why it literally makes me want to hate my life, right? So the first flag is the 4th of July thing. Second flag is I was literally couldn't tell who I was in the mirror, looking at the mirror every single day, right? I didn't want to do, I wasn't happy doing the things that normally make me happy, right? I wasn't happy doing the little things anymore. And some might call that depression. I don't know what you want to call it. But no one should feel that way. No one should hate a third of their life. Because you're saying you hate your life if you hate a third of your life. Because you're at your job a third of your life, right? And we're here for a short, limited period of time. I like to emphasize this so much, but we're here a glimpse of time. So why are you doing something that you're miserable in? So this is more so a venting session more than anything, but I wanted to give some people some insight. Like, if you feel like shit, you look like shit because of your job. If your job is literally changing who you are as a person, people are looking at you like, the fuck? Like, what happened? Like, you aged? What happened? Right? The only thing that was keeping me sane was literally just boxing, just training, right? I wasn't training as hard as I normally would if I wasn't at this job, but that literally was giving me some sense of like fulfillment, because I see myself progressively getting better, not at the rate I would like, but I was progressively getting better, and it was a way to clear my mind other than like drinking, you know what I'm saying? And you don't realize how bad it is until like your boys or your mom start noticing the things that you're doing. So that was another sign, right? But this is more so to go to the fact, or go to say, if a job is making you miserable, if it's literally, it could be $1 million job, $5 million job. If it's literally making you miserable, if you literally hate your life, if you're doing things you wouldn't be doing, just to cope, just to compensate, quit. I literally don't care what the job is. If you're literally doing drugs, drinking, being just stressed out of your mind, quit, leave, do something else. Money will never make up for that feeling. Money, that feeling of just hating life. Money will never fix that. So my message to you, if you're someone getting new to the corporate field, or going into the corporate field, or going into some job you currently hate, or you're there right now, you hate it, reconsider, do something else, because our time here is limited. Let me express this again. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Our time on this earth is limited, right? It's even a miracle for you to be born. So make the most of your life. Don't do some shit that makes you miserable, right? And I got some anger in this, because this shit's making me angry, but I'm leaving this job. The next couple of days, I'm having my one-on-one with my manager. I'm telling him, I'm dipping. But this might be the last video while I'm at the job, you know what I'm saying? But moral of the story, if you hate your life, or if you hate your job, which is making you then hate your life, leave, quit. It's not worth it. The money will never fix it. So, fuck that 6-figure job. I don't want to be there anymore, because my life means more than this job. And you're probably in the same boat. So, do what you must with that info. Peace.